Have you ever been standing in line at the store, just minding your own business, when suddenly the world seems to conspire to make you feel like everyone is watching your every move? That happened to me last week. And let me tell you, you was one of those experiences that makes you question basic human dignity. I had a basket of groceries, nothing extravagant, just essentials. Bread, milk, some fruit, maybe a snack or two. I thought I was invisible, blending into the mundane routine of shopping. But then, of course, the universe decided it was time for me to star in an awkward, anxiety-filled moment. It all started when I got in line behind someone who was taking their sweet, unhurried time to unload their cart. I glanced at my watch, expecting a quick checkout, but immediately realized that patience was a concept I was about to relearn the hard way. I shuffled my feet, smiled politely at the cashier, and tried to focus on anything other than the slow-moving person in front of me. I rehearsed mental lists of topics to distract myself. The weather, my day, anything that could prevent the impending social embarrassment from consuming my thoughts. And then it happened. The person in front of me turned around, smiled, and started talking. Casual conversation, harmless enough, right? Wrong? Suddenly, I had to engage. I had no idea what to say. My brain went blank. Every possible response seemed either too enthusiastic or too minimal. I nodded awkwardly, muttered something that probably sounded like, "Yeah, totally," and then immediately regretted it. I could feel the heat rising in my face. My hands started fidgeting with the straps of my bag, my feet tapping ever so slightly, and I wished I could teleport into some invisible void. While I was still processing the social chaos, I realized I had to reach for my wallet. That should have been simple, right? But of course, it wasn't. My wallet was at the bottom of my bag, tangled with receipts, coupons, and random items I didn't even remember putting there. As I dug around, I knocked a bottle of juice off my basket, which rolled across the floor like a tiny missile, narrowly missing the cashier's foot. I froze for a split second, hoping nobody noticed, but of course, everyone noticed. The person in front of me chuckled awkwardly. The person behind me gave a sympathetic smile, and I was left standing there, cheeks burning, trying to gather my dignity along with the spilled groceries. Then came the payment process, and I thought maybe things would finally calm down. I pulled out my card, swiped it, and realized it had been declined. Not just declined completely, embarrassingly, publicly declined. I fumbled with my wallet, checked the card, swiped again, and still nothing. Meanwhile, the cashier was polite but clearly waiting, and the line behind me was growing. I could feel eyes on me, every single person watching my failure unfold in real time. I muttered apologies, tried to laugh it off, and finally found a backup card. It worked. Relief, but also the lingering embarrassment. The memory of everyone witnessing my financial faux pas was impossible to erase. Just when I thought I could finally escape the awkwardness, I realized I had forgotten to grab a bag. I had to ask the cashier for one, trying to make it sound casual, like forgetting a bag is an everyday occurrence. But somehow, in the heightened tension of the moment, my voice came out slightly too high-pitched, almost a squeak, and I immediately wished I could disappear entirely. The person in front of me, the person behind me, even the cashier probably noticed, and I felt like my entire existence had been reduced to this singular, humiliating grocery line event. As I finally walked away from the counter, groceries in hand, I tried to collect myself. But of course, my brain wasn't done. I replayed every moment in excruciating detail. The awkward nods, the spilled juice, the declined card, the squeaky request for a bag. Every misstep felt magnified, like a scene from a slow-motion comedy of errors. I laughed at myself quietly, hoping nobody nearby noticed my self-consciousness and tried to focus on the positive. At least I didn't fall down. At least nobody judged me too harshly. And at least, somehow, I survived the experience. The thing about these moments is that they're universal. Everyone has been there, in line at the store, caught in a moment of minor disaster, trying desperately to maintain composure while the world continues on around you. And while they are stressful in the moment, they're also hilarious in hindsight. The line becomes a stage. You become the unwitting performer. And the audience is everyone else in the store, silently judging, empathizing, or just hoping they won't be next. It's a strange, shared human experience that somehow makes us feel connected, even if only through mutual embarrassment. Now, I want to hear from you. Cute? Have you ever had a truly awkward moment in line at the store? Did you spill something, forget your wallet, or say something ridiculous? Comment your funniest or most relatable experiences down below. I promise I'll read them and laugh along with you. And if you enjoyed this story of awkwardness, minor disasters, and the absurdity of everyday life, hit that like button because it helps me continue creating content full of relatable, funny, and sometimes painfully human moments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future stories about embarrassing encounters, social anxiety, and the hilarious chaos of daily life. So remember, that awkward moment in line at the store might feel overwhelming and humiliating in the moment, but it's a shared human experience. Everyone has had a small disaster, a stumble, or a cringe-worthy interaction in public. The key is to survive, laugh about it afterward, and maybe even share it, because those moments make life relatable, funny, and infinitely more interesting. The next time you find yourself in a line and everything seems to go wrong, take a deep breath, smile awkwardly if you must. And remember, everyone has been there, and someday it'll be a story you'll laugh about too.